at it, what do you think was behind it?
It had to have been some other powers taking over. Because I remember during the flying, the reason that I would be propelled in the air was this force of energy that would go up my spine and through my head. It would literally pick me up and throw me. I had no control over it.
Do you think it was demonic?
Absolutely.
In bringing about a global transformation of consciousness, a change of beliefs, the transformation of our educational system is critical to New Age objectives. Programs of holistic and confluent education are being introduced into public school systems across the country. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, and visualization are being introduced as a part of the transformed curriculum. Dr. Beverly Gallienne is consultant to several U.S. school systems.
Getting the kids acclimated to when they first come in the classroom in the morning, having beautiful Baroque music or quiet music playing, so that when they come in from the noise and the cacophony of the street, they come into a very quiet, focused setting. And starting with neck rolls and acupressure techniques where you can massage quiet into your head. Just get a good sense and sharpen up your senses in your body. And doing some deep breathing, and then maybe holding hands with the kids in the class in a circle. This is for kids and adults of all ages. And while you're deep breathing, listening to the music, just letting the life energy in each person flow in a circular motion around the group and bring a balanced harmony to the key energy circulating around the group.
Some of these techniques that you're talking about, relaxing and breathing, are they really all that new?
They've been around for ages. They've been around for ages, but they have not been used in formal settings. And with the emphasis now on, people are becoming smarter. We're no longer content to be sick, to be stupid, to be not knowing, to be controlled by forces outside of ourselves. And in our own innate desire to be in command of our own lives with our own internal wisdom, what's happening today is we're seeing a cataclysmic breakthrough in consciousness, that we're starting to seek out ways in which we can once again return to the gifts of our own nature, the harmony within ourselves. So deep breathing, taking in the life force, feeling the relaxation flowing through our bodies, beginning to become very acutely aware of our inner vibrations, our own visualization, our movement, our feelings. We're beginning to realize that as our sensory receptors become sharper, we are able to learn and take in much more information than we were in the past when we weren't using our own body systems.
Could you give us some specific examples of how these techniques are actually working with individual children?
Sure. Little kids who are language deficient, we call them ESL, English as a second language, or non-English limited English speaking. They're super to work with because these kids have very severe problems in both Spanish and English, or Vietnamese and English, whatever the language is, Korean and English. And so we do a lot of dance and movement and imagination activities with the kids. And in this one particular activity, one of my teachers taught her kids how to travel inside their body. And they would look inside their body and see what was there to see. Inside of me is, and then they'd open their eyes and they'd say, and outside of me is. So they could continually get a balance between going within their own being and be very sensitive to their own inner vibrations, as well as the outside. Now, we did this in conjunction with the regular language arts program. So see, we're bringing these activities in confluently, which means all we're doing is teaching the old curriculum in a brand new way. So we can teach the kids these new mind skills, these new body skills, so that when they grow up, they can learn how to access these inner skills, and gradually these new mind skills will become the curriculum of the future. Direct access to mental powers.
Do you see that happening?
Yes, it's happening already. Our kids are already tuned into it, and that's why you have the E.T. generation, the Star Wars generation. When you say, may the Force be with you, kids have an intuitive sense that that means there's a higher power flowing through us. So let's get on and really work with it. So in this activity, the kids do this, and they close their eyes and they create a picture of the love in their heart. Sometimes it's a fire, a flame, could be a symbol of a heart, red, whatever. And they take all the love out of their heart and they feel it in their hands, and they make a love ball. And if you watch the little children doing this, they're totally focused on it. And then they pack all this love energy in their hands. And then we have them feel and tap each other's hands to feel the love energy coming off. And of course we know from the energy flow in the human body, the energy does flow off the hands. So what we're really doing is saying, here is a better way to teach what you already need to teach. And while you're teaching the old, here are some new things you can also teach. So we really bridge the two worlds. And what the kids are doing is, the kids are responding extremely well to the activities because the kids are already there. We live in a visually literate society. We're living in a society where kids are very interested in things such as mysticism, psychic phenomena, out-of-mind, out-of-body experiences, because they're born with that kind of sense that this seems to be where energy flow is going.
There is the holistic education network that is all over the United States. It's based upon the belief that we are all divine, that children need to be educated spiritually, they need to get in touch with their higher self. Now, there may be some parents who would be in favor of this, but I think many parents would be concerned if they knew that people who are basically into witchcraft or shamanism were educating the spirits and souls and tinkering around with the minds of their children in public schools in the name of science and the latest educational techniques.
We decided to look more closely at the ways that New Age thinking is influencing our children outside of the classroom. With me is Don Hancock, co-producer on this project. And Don, I know this is an area of great concern for you, being the father of 2 young children.
Yes, it is, Dan, because one of the things that we've noticed is that it's starting at a very early age. The Saturday morning cartoons, the influence, E.T. and Star Wars have been mentioned several times already. They are making a sense that out-of-body experience, the mystical experience, is normal. It's the norm, not the exception. And so we found a lot of books, we found a television program, we found exercises for parents to do with children that all lead them into this same area.
That's right, Don, and Bev Gallian mentioned earlier that our children are growing up in a very visual society. And we discovered that there are television programs being produced which contain much of the New Age thinking in it. We have a clip of a program that was produced by the Olive Garvey Center for the Improvement of Human Functioning out of Wichita, Kansas.
Gosh, there's no one around today. Troubadour and Cool Cat went on a picnic, and Carl and the Wise Woman went to play tennis. Anyway, everybody's gone. There's no one to have fun with. Beth, I'm tired of you forgetting about me. After all, I am your best friend. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Oh, that's okay. When there's no one around, though, make your own fun. You can do anything in your mind.
Another way that New Age thinking is influencing our children is in the area of children's books. We found many such books in the Chicago area. One is Meditating with Children, The Art of Concentration and Centering. Now, centering is a word which is used in our school systems many times to disguise meditation. This book is written for teachers and parents and encourages them to meditate with children in groups of 7 so that they can learn to contact their inner guide. Don Hancock is with me. Don, what other books have you found?
This one I found especially intriguing. It's called The Kids Whole Future Catalog, and it has a lot of very useful scientific information, such as information on the space shuttle, computers, what's going to happen in the future in electronics. However, also worked in is meditation, which you just spoke about, exploring inner space, and a type of astral projection, out-of-body experience, and it teaches them, which makes it the norm rather than the exception.
I have another book here, Don. It's called Meditation for Little People, and this book was written by Ann Langford, whom we interviewed at JFK University. Now, this book really teaches children that the most important thing to do is to love yourself and to talk to yourself through your inner angel. So it actually teaches children that they have an inner guide that they need to contact. Don?
Dan, this book is called Our Father, and what it is, it's a terrible distortion of the Lord's Prayer. It takes the Lord's Prayer phrase by phrase and goes through it and explains that basically the New Age concept, redefining the Lord's Prayer, and then at the end of it, it tells the children reading it, if you think often about God, you too will become a son man like Jesus after many lives on earth. Like